It's your boy Big Bro on Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. Hey, I'm gonna be doing a live call, the first full game live call when the Chicago Cubs take on the St. Louis Cardinals real soon. But in the meantime, man, both games tonight they're down to the wire. The Cubs are down 2-1 in the top of the ninth. Facing the Washington Nationals in Washington, 0 out. Finnegan is pitching against Mancini. Mancini is at bat. He's 1 for 3 today. The Cubs are trying. They got one on and nobody out. And they're trying to steal a game or win this game in the series in Washington. While we also have the Chicago White Sox and the Minnesota Twins. The White Sox are trying to get their first 3-game winning streak of the season. They're up 5-4 going into the 8th inning. So yeah, we're going to be hanging out right here. I'm your boy Big Bro on Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. We're gonna be hanging out right here until the end of both games, and then we'll do a little post game stuff. We should be getting Pacman in the building real soon. And then for those who are interested in NBA basketball, the Sixers and Boston are going at it. The Sixers are up 68-54. It looks like Joel Embiid won that MVP and he ready to go to work. So yeah, I'm gonna switch over to the Cubs game. White Sox are going into the 8th inning. Let's get it, man. It's about to be a fun few minutes. Man, the Cubs now they have one out, but they got runners at the corners, first and third. Finnegan. Whew, hopefully the Cubs can go ahead and take care of business. They got one out. Oh, wait, that's actually no. It's probably gonna be nobody out unless they wasted their challenge already. It looks like the runner got to first base before the ball got there. The Cubs should be able to challenge this. I don't know if they're gonna be able to challenge it because it's possible that they used the challenge earlier. I just turned to the game, so uh, man, it looks like he was. I don't know. The runner at first is in, but so yeah, they got first and third when one out, top of the ninth. Nelson Velasquez is now pinch running, so there wasn't even like a close play at the plate. I mean, play at first base. Suzuki's on third base. Third base coach is in his ear right now, letting him know what's happening. This is Big Bro, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox Central. Patrick Wisdom is up to bat, 11 home runs so far this season. He could put this game away or at least put pressure on Washington if he gets a hit or a home run, and he just hits it right to second base, double play. Finnegan is excited, pumped up. That's the end of the game. The Cubs lose 2-1. Patrick Wisdom first pitch swinging right into a double play for the Cubs to lose 2 out of 3 to the Washington Nationals. The Chicago Cubs are coming down to earth. They are now 15-15, 7-7 on the road. They had an opportunity right there, and it just come up a little bit short. The bats have been quiet lately. I'm gonna get it back over to the White Sox game. Oh man, because it would have been nice. It would have been nice if they could have made things a little bit more interesting, but didn't work out for the Cubs. Pitching has been strong. Hitting has not been these last few days. So back over to the White Sox. White Sox leading the Minnesota Twins 5-4. Top, hold on. Top of the 8th inning. Graveman is on the mound. Miranda is at the bat. Graveman winding up for the pitch. Ooh, high four seam, 97 mph. Fastball strikes him out. That was crazy. He chased that pitch. 2 outs now. Whew. I don't know what he was swinging at. We got 2 outs now in the top of the 8th. Chicago White Sox bullpen looking to hit some type of stride because they haven't really been doing well this season. Graveman, the pitch, ooh, slider, basically right in the bottom part front of the plate. Willie Castro up to bat, 1 for 2 today with a single walk and a run. Graveman with the pitch, ooh, high four seam, tried to get him to chase again, didn't work out. 1-1. In the bullpen, you got Lopez and Moran for Minnesota warming up. Let's go. Pitch clock down to 5. Whew. Change up. Oh, Tim Anderson jumps up and snags it from the air like it's a butterfly. Shout out to him. Welcome back to Tim Anderson, playing shortstop like a beast, playing second base like a beast. Jumps up in the air, snags that right out the air. White Sox going into the bottom of the eighth, up 5-4. Man, it's been a pretty fun day for the White Sox. Let me get this. After winning 2 games in a row, they're looking for their third straight. Let me get this highlight real quick, if I can find it real quick. And if you guys follow me on Chopping It Up Chicago with Butterscotch Kisses, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We did a nice episode today with my homeboys from the different central channels, Steve-O Speaks and Bobby, and we talked about some real world things. Go ahead and follow Chopping It Up Chicago on all social media platforms. White Sox trying to turn things around. Looking forward to seeing these guys get it right. Cubs lose again. After starting off hot, they've fallen down to 500. So we'll get a quick update on the National League Central Division. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates, 20-11. They've lost 3 straight. The Milwaukee Brewers at 18-11 after starting really hot. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They've lost 2 straight. Pittsburgh Pirates are plus 38 in their run differential. That's crazy. Brewers plus 27 in their run differential, and the Cubs plus 43 in their run differential. Chicago Cubs sitting at 15-15 at 500. They're 4.5 games back of first place. They're 3-7 in their last 10, and to be honest, they're more like 4-12. And then you got the Cincinnati Reds, 13-18, losers of the last 1 game. So that's losers of 3 for Pittsburgh, losers of 2 for Milwaukee, 2 for the Cubs, 1 for Cincinnati. And the St. Louis Cardinals, the worst team in baseball in terms of record, at least. They're the furthest back in the divisions in the National League. 12 wins for Washington and 10 wins for the Rockies, but 10 wins for the Cardinals as well. They're on a 4-game losing streak, 2-8 in their last 10 as the White Sox sending Yasmani Grandal to bat. He already has 3 hits today. I think it said 2 hits, 3 hits. We see that in a second. Moran with the pitch, 4-seam, 91 mile per hour. Fastball is not that fast. Grandal hits that easily into right field. Studio update. So, all right. So the Cubs at 15-15 are at 500 in a division that's pretty much struggling over the last little while, with everybody either 6-4 or worse in their last 10, and all teams on a losing streak, which is the opposite of the NL West, and everybody has at least 1 win in the last few games. They're the only division to be accomplishing such a feat in both AL and NL. So White Sox have 1 on, nobody out. Billy Hamilton is the pinch runner for Grandal. 4-5 Chicago White Sox. Alberto up to bat. He's 0 for 1 so far. He's bunting, gets the bunt down. Hamilton makes it to second base easily. The White Sox are in business with a runner in scoring position. The bottom of the 8th, up 1. So they're looking for that insurance run. If you're in the building, make sure you go ahead and comment. If you're watching the game with me. Elvis Andrews up to bat. He's having a struggling kind of season so far with 196 batting average, but he did get a milestone hit so far this season to add to his record. Looks like they're going to go high and inside. Steps off the base. Is that a balk with the new rules? You good? All right, let's see. Hamilton at second base. Moran checks second. Looking at second again. Winds up. Ooh, he threw a changeup practically over the head of his catcher. He's nervous out there. Catcher reaches up and grabs it, though. If you just joining the Chicago Cubs, already lost 2-1 to the Washington Nationals, 2 out of 3. Elvis Andrews up to bat for the White Sox. Moran with the pitch. Another changeup high and outside this time. We're gonna have a good time at this Chicago Cubs St. Louis game, baby. Let's go. White Sox need that insurance run. Hamilton taking the lead at second. Moran didn't even check him this time. Four-seam fastball, high in the outside corner, but it looked like it was off the plate. Umpire gives him the strike, 2-1 for Andrews. Let's get it. Moran checking seconds. Throws the pitch. Ooh, changeup. Finally located that thing on the inside. Decent little pitch. Andrew shaking his head. Come on, man. You like a 30-year veteran. Get your business. Anderson up next. Only one out. Open first base shouldn't be a double play. Ooh, Andrews hits the ball to second. He's out at first, but Hamilton, I don't know. The White Sox are up 4-6. Andrews scores as they go to first base instead of holding him at third. Hamilton scores. Andrews is out. Oh no, he's not out. No, is he out? Okay, he is out. So Moran had the pitch. Andrews hits it towards second. Second baseman picks it up and throws it to first to get him out. But Hamilton scores from second. That's aggressive base running to make up for the base running gaff that the White Sox had earlier in this game when they had bases loaded with 2 out. One scored. Ooh, we got a pitch clock penalty. So that's an automatic ball, if I'm not mistaken. I love these new rules. Shout out to Hamilton for getting that score. Pitch timer violation. Moran. Ooh, change up right there. Just sinks right under the bat. Come on, Anderson. Let's go. Get on base. He's 3 for 3 today with a walk, 3 singles, a run, and an RBI. He also got picked off at first base. Change up. Anderson swings one to right field, right at the warning track. Minnesota makes the catch. White Sox do pick up the insurance run. It's the end of the eighth, 4-6 White Sox. Going into the top of the ninth. Let's see if we can close this thing out. Let me tell Pacman. Let's get it. Hope you guys are having a good night. A good week so far. It's hump day, so you got Wednesday, Thursday for those of you who work the traditional work schedule. See what's going on over in the NBA. If you guys are interested in any NBA content, make sure you guys follow NBA Central. Me and the guys get it on over there. You got Hayes, CEO Hayes, C Dub, Bobby, Steve O Speaks, and of course me, Big Bro, Big Kev. Have a good time over there breaking down NBA playoff action and of course regular NBA games during the regular season. Right now we got the 76ers. Oh, the Sixers are losing to the Celtics. There we go. I must have looked at that the wrong way. I get selective dyslexia. 60-83, the Sixers are down. Joel Embiid with 15-3, with Jaylen Brown with 25-2. So you got the Sixers giving it to, the Celtics giving it to the Sixers. They don't care about that MVP. What's going on? Appreciate you guys who are watching. We got the White Sox leading 6-4 going into the top of the ninth. You had Luis Robert Jr. with a three-run blast early in the game to start it off. Minnesota made it interesting. They tied it at 4 eventually. After Anderson knocked in a run as well. They tied up at 4. Jimenez did his thing to put a run on the board. Benintendi scored. And then we just had Hamilton with aggressive base running to score from second base on an out, a single that wasn't even a single, an out. He ran the base as well. So Keenan Middleton is pitching. Try to close this one out. The slider up and on the outside looked like it was off the base, but they gave him a strike. We appreciate that. Sebi Zavala catching. Slider low and outside, swung on, and hit foul. Ryan Jeffers is at bat, 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Middleton, 0 and 2. He threw the four seamer at 96 miles per hour, but up and out. White Sox trying to lock down this game, 6-4 with the lead. Top of the ninth, nobody out. Jeffers at bat, 1-2 count. Woo, changeup struck him out as he walks back to the dugout, looking back at the mound like he gonna be able to do something about it. He can't do nothing about that, my guy. Followed up the the four-seam fastball with the changeup. White Sox trying to win 3 games in a row for the first time all season. Middleton with the pitch to Kepler. Kepler strike one, 87-mile-per-hour changeup on the outside. Max Kepler 1 for 3 with a walk and a single today. Middleton locked in. Catcher's ready. Looking for something up and inside. Hit him with the four-seam fastball. Oh, they called that a ball. That was a good pitch. Stop it. I can't even believe Kepler took that one. That fastball went from the right side to the left side real quick. Pitch clock down to 2. Got it off. Slider up and in, but he swung at it. Nasty. 1 and 2. 1 out. Top of the ninth. Chicago White Sox trying to hold on to a 6-4 lead over their division rival, Minnesota Timberwolves, the Minnesota Twins. Oh, struck him out with the changeup in the same spot. That's his strikeout pitch tonight. Let's go, Middleton. 2 strikeouts to start the top of the ninth inning. Chicago White Sox are attempting to win their 3rd straight game. We're going to be live calling the Chicago Cubs versus the Cardinals real soon. It's going to be our first full live call. Be sure to join us right here on Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. I'm your host, Big Bro. Middleton winds up against Polanco. Four-seamer up and inside, 95 miles per hour. Man, White Sox trying to get this dub. Ooh, hit him with the four-seamer low on the inside plate, 96 miles per hour. Strike 1. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Woo, hit it right across the plate. At 96, on the low corner. Setting up low and outside. What do you got? That's the four-seamer. Just missed it off the plate to the right. He's been locating that thing, though. Polanco with 2 for 4, 2 singles in a run. We got to keep him off base. Let's go, Middleton. Get another strike. 2 and 1. 2 out, top of the ninth. Change up. Did he go? I think he went 2 and 2. Tried to check swing it, but Polanco couldn't hold back. 2 and 2. 2 outs. Top of the ninth. Chicago White Sox trying to win their 3rd game in a row. The crowd going crazy. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us right here on Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs Central. We'll be doing our first full live game when the Cubs take on the Cardinals. Pops him up, 96 mile per hour behind home plate, though. He's still alive, 2 and 2. Top of the ninth, 2 outs. Let's go. White Sox trying to do something. Let's go, Jacob Capone. That's what I'm talking about. It's been a hard season so far. Ooh, slider inside. He wanted to swing at that, too. He almost moved down to 1 knee. Polanco, focus. You got Correa on deck. Setting up outside. Woo! Hit him with the changeup. He tried to go with the strikeout pitch, but it was a little bit too low. 3-2, full count. Top of the ninth. Chicago White Sox trying to lock down this win versus Minnesota at home. Tyron is on deck. Let's go. Middleton. Slider. Low and inside. Strikes. He fouls it off again. Polanco definitely making him work. I ain't even mad at it. What's good with you, Jacob Capone, man? How's your night going? Weird Minnesota fan sitting behind the White Sox fan. 4 seconds on the clock. The change up. Another one. But bro, you're not putting it in that location you used to strike them out earlier. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Just decided to jump in a live call to end of this here game. White Sox up 6-4 against the Minnesota Twins. Polanco at bat, Middleton pitching. Setting up right on the inside. Slider again. He keeps fighting off the sliders. He out there dancing and everything. This at bat is getting ridiculous right now. It got to be at least 8, 9 pitches at this point. He gonna tear a hamstring doing all them extra antics though, Polanco. You tweaking, Brody. 10 pitches this at bat, 5 foul balls. Middleton don't care though. He finna strike him out right. Ooh, four seamer. He lost control of it, walked him. So we got the tying run, Correa stepping up into the batter's box. That was a good at bat though. Both guys fought. Middleton just couldn't get it done. White Sox leading 6-4. 6-4 in the top of the ninth inning. Minnesota just put a man on base through walks. And now you have the tying run at bat. Home run ties it. Base hit keeps the inning going. But a ground ball strikeout ends it. Can't walk this guy here either. And Correa, we already know Correa's offseason was an interesting one. Today he's 1-for-4, 2-run double in the third, and he also has a run. Appreciate y'all for chilling with me at the end of this here game. Slider on the outside, 1-0. Middleton's got some work to do, man. He got to get this guy out. He started off strong. 2 straight strikeouts. Now he got to walk. Change up and in. Fouled off, 85 miles per hour. 1-1, top of the ninth. Chicago White Sox trying to hold on, get this win, grind it out, get that first 3-game winning streak of the season after losing 10 games in a row. Middleton locking in, Correa standing in the batting box. Slider, did he go? I think he went. 1-2, yes he did. Couldn't hold off. What did he hit him with right there? Was that an outside slider? Nasty. Can't hold back. He jittery out there. Yep, outside slider. Let's go. What we got? Change up. Ooh, four-seamer. Strikes him out. 96 miles per hour. And the White Sox come out with the win. 3 games in a row for the first time this season. 4-6 victories, and it's all the more sweeter over the doggone Minnesota Twins. Let's go. Needed this win. Everybody writing the White Sox off. I even had some scathing things to say about them recently, but they haven't lost since. Let's get it. Struck out Correa. We know he's a good hitter. Hit him with the four-seamer to punch him out on the outside. White Sox get the win. I'm waiting on my boy Antonio to join me, my boy Pacman. We're going to talk about both the Cubs and the White Sox, but the White Sox just got the victory, 6-4. And it's just crazy. Having Tim Anderson back makes a big difference. Who's still here with me? Having Tim Anderson back makes a huge difference. It's no coincidence that they've won the last 2 games having their leader back. I'm going to turn the subtitles on so I can see what Ozzy and them talking about. There we go. Shout out to the Chicago White Sox for getting a nice victory. Trying to wait for Pacman to come through because I want to talk about the Cubs game, but we'll go over the stats and analysis and highlights of this here game. As a matter of fact, since y'all here with me, do the game cast. Pull up one more highlight real quick, and then we'll get to the post game. Man, the games that the White Sox were losing in April, so far in May, they've been taking care of business. They've been taking care of business. We're gonna get the Eloy Jimenez putting the White Sox up front, basically the game winner. Let me get that for you guys real quick. Y'all don't mind the noise. Just how we do it over here on the Central Channels. We make sure we get y'all the highlights as quickly as possible. Eloy getting hot. Eloy is getting hot. It's good to have him back. I'm glad he wasn't gone for too long. Let's put this highlight in the video section real quick. My wife and my boy coming downstairs. All right, uploading that. Let's see. Real quick before we get into the post game for the White Sox. White Sox defeat. So Pedro Grifal had a press conference, and he's going to have his press conference coming up. The clubhouse reactions coming up. It's interesting to see what these guys are going to be saying about the White Sox winning. It's good to see Frank Thomas, man, big hurt on the screen. That's what definitely made me a White Sox fan. Come here. You lucky you ain't got school tomorrow. You shouldn't be eating no more candy, my guy. Kids are being raised differently from when we was growing up. It's 8:57. I don't want to taste it. All right, I'll taste a little bit. Just the blue raspberry. Say what up to the game. Little Kev right there. All right, real quick. So, White Sox defeat Minnesota Twins 6-4 to improve to, I believe, 11-21.
Chandler said on this football team, so many people got sick on this football team.
Okay, that is recording, so I'm gonna need you to follow back, little homie. All right, we got the White Sox improving to 10-21, 6-9 at home. Minnesota falling to 17-14, and regardless of those records, right now the White Sox just picked up a game on Minnesota. We had a pretty good situation for the White Sox today, man. They started off real early in the bottom of the first when your boy Luis Robert took care of business.
Anderson at third, Jimenez at first, and this pitch is swatted to center field. Gordon back at the track. He doesn't have room. It's a 3-run bomb.
Luis Robert with a 3-run crack right over center field. Took care of business, put the White Sox up early. Now, we had Dylan Cease on the mound, and early in the season, it looked like he was just about to be locked in, have a Cy Young type year again, but really not too much. My man gave up run after run after run, basically just gave it right back to these guys, throughout the course of the game. And things were tied for a little while. But then you also had
into left field. It is down. Here comes Benintendi. The Sox have the lead late once again on the Twins.
So you had Tim Anderson go ahead and take care of business and give the White Sox opportunity to tie the game. And then you had Eloy Jimenez come through and knock that base hit across. And the White Sox took the lead. That was pretty much the game winner. Hamilton did some aggressive base running in the eighth inning to get the White Sox an insurance run, which was definitely needed. And the White Sox ended up coming out on top. 6-4, man. It feels good. Tim Anderson is definitely my dude. I'm gonna do something tomorrow on Tim Anderson. Somebody was suggesting that he might need to be traded to retool the White Sox, but I don't know, man. Jerry Reinsdorf and Rick Hahn, I'm not sure how these guys plan on trying to fix this situation with the White Sox. But hey, it's not over. It's a long season. And if you keep taking series 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, you should be all right. So on the other side of town, man, we had the Chicago Cubs. They went to Washington. The Washington Nationals haven't really been playing well this season. So I figured that the Chicago Cubs would kind of treat it the same way they did the Oakland series. And that's what it looked like to start the series. They went ahead and won the first game, uh, took care of business. And then the second game, they didn't do too well. They ended up losing 4-1. And then today they ended up losing 2-1. And it's just not. They're coming down to earth. They're down to 15-15 now after starting the season off pretty hot, unexpectedly. Like people were expecting the Cubs to be a cellar dweller, but it didn't look that way to start the season. Darby Swanson and Cody Bellinger, Mancini, all those people out there, they were doing all right. The pitching was doing good, but now they're coming down to earth a little bit, and I'm hoping it's just a slump and not indicative of how the rest of the season is going to go for the Cubs. Because David Ross and company, the pitching coach and the other coaches on the squad, hitting coach and so on, have had the Cubs locked in. But lately, they haven't been delivering with running and runners in scoring position, especially last night when they had a bases loaded situation that could have changed the tone of the game, and they didn't get anybody over. And tonight, they only scored one run, and they also had runners on the corner in the top of the ninth inning with an opportunity to at least tie the game with Suzuki on third. And Wisdom came in and swung at the first pitch and hit it right to second base for the out. The easy out. So the Cubs had their opportunities once again, and at the very least, we can appreciate the fact that they've been competitive, at least considering how things have looked for the Cubs over the last couple of seasons. So there you have it, man. We didn't get Pacman. He was busy. It's all good. But me, I'm always gonna hold it down. Tomorrow we got more content for you guys right here on Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. Be on the lookout for the first game between Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. It's going to be our first full live call. So get your peanuts, your Cracker Jack, your hot dogs, your beers, your bratwurst, whatever. Come kick it with the gang for the first live call of the season. Of course, as summer comes into play, it'll be more live calls. We'll be able to hang out for some dog day afternoons. But in the meantime, man, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us right here on Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox Central. I'm your host, Big Bro, Big Kev, Kevo, asshole, whatever you want to call me. We love doing this with you guys, so definitely support all the other channels, all the other Central channels, Chicago Bulls Central, Chicago Bears Central, Chicago White Sox and Cubs Central, that's right here. And you also got Chicago Sky Central, Shot Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys, and NBA Central, where we cover NBA content for all of the playoffs and beyond. All right, we appreciate you guys. We're gonna holler at y'all next time. Peace.
Welcome to the #1 place for all Chicago baseball. Let's